Vikings. Bob Long, Tyler Kern alongside for a 6A matchup. This should be one heck of a game here. Excited for this one. And now we're going to turn it over to Chris Carabello, the public address announcer, who will give a few introductions and then the playing of the national anthem by the LaSalle Pep Band.
Grant that all our athletes and fans may be able this day to follow his example of unflagging energy in pursuit of a goal, absolute loyalty to his brothers, and generosity to his opponents. As he founded the Christian schools to keep young people safe from harm and to develop the talents you gave them, grant that these young men who play today may do so free from injury and with an ever-growing respect for the gifts and strengths you have so richly blessed them with. St. John Baptist de LaSalle, pray for us. Live Jesus in our hearts forever. Please remain standing as we honor America, our men and women in the armed forces and veterans of military service with the playing of our national anthem, performed this afternoon by the LaSalle Pep Band under the direction of Senior Griffin Steinman.
Nicely done as always by the LaSalle Pep Band. And now we'll bring in Tyler Kern, the second member of our broadcast team. Tyler, a great rivalry here, very historical rivalry. You played in it yourself in your years here at LaSalle. This should be a great one here today. Archbishop Wood, the reigning 5A state championship team, they bumped up to 6A this year per PIAA rules. Neither of these teams in the mix for the PIAA state playoffs this year. That honor has gone to St. Joe's Prep by virtue of beating both of these teams. But a lot of bragging rights at stake here this year. It was an overtime thriller last year, and I expect similar fireworks here today.
Yeah, I mean, other than the St. Joe's Prep rivalry, I'd say this has developed into one of the largest rivalries in the Catholic League here. I'm really excited to see what happens here today. I think both teams are pretty equally matched, and I think it's a perfect day for some football.
We've seen over the years Max Keller, who did a great job at quarterback last year. He returns under center this year. Cardell Pigford and Kalen Costello, a dual threat running back attack out of the backfield. Should be tough for LaSalle to stop. And then on LaSalle's side, Gavin Daly. He stepped into the role very well at quarterback this year here, Tyler. And at the running back position, a combination of Sam Brown, who really is the workhorse for this team, a high D1 type guy who can go and play football at a very high level, also a fantastic high school football player. It's a big part of the reason. But behind him, we saw some Sean McFadden, a lot of Dom Martin recently, a great change up back, and I think it's going to be a combination of how is the front five for each of these teams going to match up against the defensive front four, and how can these running backs really exploit that? I think that's the key to the matchup here today.
Yeah, and I completely agree. We saw how good LaSalle's trenches are this year on both sides of the ball. And I think if they can keep that versatility up on offense, they were kind of getting the ball out to everyone last week. I think that'd be a nice threat for them to have. But like you said, I think this game will be won and lost in the trenches, as most football games are, and excited for a great outing.
And we're going to highlight one matchup on the defensive line. Ryan Wills, left tackle for LaSalle, a tremendous player. He's going to play on the defensive line as well, an interior defensive lineman. But Robert Jackson is going to line up on the right-hand side of the front four for Archbishop Wood. He's 6'6". He is built like a house, and he's going to go somewhere at a very high level to play, just like Ryan Wills will. And a rare opportunity to see two high Division I type talents going at it in the trenches. That's the one that I'm most looking forward to seeing.
Man, Some of these high school kids are just huge nowadays. It's going to be a great matchup.
Mar-a-Long here on camera today. Tyler Kern next to me. Bob Long bringing you the play-by-play. Santiago Sterla to kick it deep for LaSalle. And Archbishop Wood will receive. We're underway. Caught there at about the 5-yard line. And out across the 35, still going. That's number 5, Ryan Wirtz, the senior wide receiver and defensive back. We're going to see a lot of Wirtz. He is fantastic in the passing game here for Wood, and he has a knack for getting open for his quarterback, Max Keller.
Yeah, and that was just a great special team showing by Archbishop Wood there. There was a LaSalle guy within like 25 yards once that ball was received, and I mean, that showed. He made some nice moves and got out to the 40.
Here comes Max Keller. Out of the shotgun. Pat Troy lined up the nose tackle here for LaSalle. Quick out. That's caught by Andrew McHugh. Gain of 7 out to the 46.
And it's hard to defend a quick out like that. And the ball was out of his hands within, I would say, 2 seconds. No pressure at all.
And we'll get one more look here. Amir Anderson playing off coverage about 6 yards. We'll dig right on that number.
Good job by Wood, taking advantage of that off coverage.
Second down, 3 yards to go. Just shy of midfield is the first down. They give up the middle, right to the line to gain and a half-yard pass.
And, I mean, only 2 plays in, but it's a good showing by Wood's line right now. They had a nice push there to get him over, like you said, by about a half-yard.
We talked about Pigford and Costello. That was the first carry for Andrew Minners. He's going to come off the field, it looks like. And my mistake, he's going to stay in the backfield along with Keller. Here's Abdul Carter showing rush, and they get him on the hard count. Looked like Barrett as well as Carter jumped.
And that's something I noticed against LaSalle in the prep game as well. Whenever they're playing, a top talent, it seems that they can make some costly mistakes. And hopefully they don't make that a trend today.
So Wood into LaSalle territory in the first offensive drive. 1st and 5. Another quick crossing route. That's caught. Cardell Pigford lines up at wide receiver. He'll take it out of the backfield as well. But that's just a quick cross. One move and hit him in between the numbers.
And I thought that was great coverage by Amir Anderson, too. He was right on him. It was just a great athletic play by Wood.
Yeah, really good first move off the line. Amir Anderson not really able to get the jam, even though that was inside 5 yards. And now a fullback give up the middle. LaSalle all over it. Shane Collier, the senior at 195, taken down for no gain.
And I like the effort by Patrick Troy there. He kind of pushed that play over to the left side, right into a bunch of gold helmets, as we just saw.
Intentions running a little high. A flag came in.
Flag on the play.
Personal foul will go against Archbishop Wood. That's an enormous penalty on the first offensive drive of the game.
Yeah, that really bails LaSalle out. Now it's 2nd and 25.
Yep, that's after the play, like you said. So count the down. Ball spotted at the 36. $9:40 to play first quarter. Still scoreless. McHugh all alone on the near side of the field. Instead, the give, and they have some room. What a play by Sean McFadden. He was the only guy on the edge, Tyler, and needed to make the play.
There was a lot of open field there, and Sean McFadden just makes a great diving tackle. What a play by Sean McFadden. There was a lot of open ground there. For a 3rd and very long now, Bob.
So now what do you do if you're Archbishop Wood? How much of a leash do you give Max Keller? Or do you just open it up here? That personal foul call changed everything. Now well out of field goal range. Keller, he'll take the shot. More over the top. Did he come down with it? They're saying incomplete. A lot of cheering on this side of the field. Looked good, but an incomplete call. It'll be 4th down.
Wow, that pass was there, but that's just right into double coverage. Great defensive play by LaSalle there.
Yeah, you can't throw that ball. A guy like, well, again, it's a good punt, right? If he intercepts the football, you take the shot, so not a terrible throw there, or decision, I should say, but a low percentage throw, no doubt about it.
And, I mean, I know it's double coverage, but I think there was a chance there. That was a great pass. Like you said, it's kind of a low-risk play from Woods End, so I respect that decision.
Ryan Wirtz, the punter, on 4th down. And he directs it towards the sideline, and that's not a particularly good punt there by Wirtz. This is going to come up to about the 20-yard line. And I don't know if that official saw the angle quite correctly. I thought there were at least 3 or 4 more yards there, but LaSalle will start it at their own 15.
And, Wood came out, right from the kickoff with great momentum there. And that personal foul just kind of killed any momentum they had. And, LaSalle capitalized on the situation and made a few good defensive plays.
So now we take a look at Gavin Daly's offense. He has Sam Brown on the outside, or at the running back position as well. Ryan Sorge, the lone receiver, on the outside. And as they do every game, they're going to leave that left guard spot open, Isaiah Turner's spot. And they'll take the delay.
The entire Wood defense, too, is kneeling as well. Thought that was a great showing for both sides.
Tragic loss of Isaiah Turner, which we've talked about each and every game here before this season. A tragic loss for his family, the entire LaSalle community. And he's with this LaSalle Explorer team every time they take the field. What a great gesture that is. And, of course, Archbishop Wood declines the penalty as well. Now faking the give, they're going to take the shot here early on, and that was pretty good-looking route there run by Justin Machida. Throw came up a bit short.
Yeah, I think Gavin Daly would want that one back. He had a nice open receiver, Machida, and it was just a little short.
I like this play design as well. The outside receiver runs a go route. He takes the safety and the cornerback with him. It left Machida open underneath. Just couldn't quite complete the pass, and now with 8:29 to play, 2nd down and 10. And LaSalle's coming out throwing. Justin Machida nearly came down with it. Tough throw into coverage.
Yeah, LaSalle taking the shot early. Look at this pocket that develops for Daly. He steps right up into it, almost holds onto it for a little too long. It makes it, I think it is a great pass. Just, great coverage by Archbishop Wood there.
Well, and give Archbishop Wood credit because they left that cornerback out on an island there, Tyler, just the one safety, and he came over to the left-hand side of the field as we see it, and they left 2 linebacker spies in there, knowing and respecting how well Gavin Daly can run the football, and that's great, but that does leave sometimes one-on-one matchups, forcing your corners to be really good. And that one's a bit behind. 3 intended passes for Justin Machida, all a little bit off, and LaSalle will now punt.
And that's just a tough pass. You're rolling out to your left side and throwing off the edge there. That's a tough pass.
Another look at the spy, though, as well, right?
Yeah.
So you force him to throw that football. Archbishop Wood taking their chances against LaSalle, making them throw the ball.
Yeah, quick 3 and out for LaSalle. I'd be interested to see if they get some running plays in their next offensive possession.
Santiago Sturla punts it away and takes a good LaSalle hop. Picked up there by McHugh, and it was a fair catch that was waived for. So once that's picked up, can't advance it any further.
And, Santiago just always has that nice forward spin on the ball and gets an extra few yards from that punt.
First down and 10 for Archbishop Wood. There's the give off the left. And Paul Jennings is there to make the stop against number 21, Andrew Minners.
Yeah, just a great play by LaSalle there. Timothy Barrett bit down there, and he got a pulling block, just kind of laid him out and opened up the play a bit. But Paul Jennings made a very athletic play to prevent that from getting to the outside.
No gain on the play. 2nd down and 10. 7:38 and ticking here in the first. The offset I formation. Play action across the middle. It's caught right at the 1st down marker. 1st down for Archbishop Wood. David Armstrong made the catch.
Max Keller's pass complete to David Armstrong for a Viking 1st down.
Just over the fingertips of the linebacker.
I know, he saw that coming from a mile away, and it was still just a great pass, just slightly out of his reach. And that's a nice 2nd down play from Archbishop Wood.
Brennan Miller was the one. He's coming forward from his strong safety position and nearly made the play. 1st down and 10, again inside LaSalle territory. Screenplay being set up. Jalen Hanton overran it, and Ryan Moore made the play, but not before a couple more yards.
Jalen Hanton just over-pursued it a little bit. You gotta visualize where that receiver's going to be, not where they are, and just lose a few. Wow, almost 8 yards on that.
2nd down and 2. Andrew McHugh made that catch. And now a timeout on the field called by Archbishop Wood. This portion of today's game brought to you by the Binsfeld team at Cross Country Mortgage. Keith Binsfeld, a LaSalle alumni, strong supporter of LaSalle athletics and Bob Long sports, invites you to get involved in what's a very hot real estate market right now. Certainly tough to get yourself a house, but there's a lot of demand out there, and that's the reason for it. He can put you in a position to make a strong offer, can take you beyond just the number, and can put you in a position to get into your dream home. He helped my wife and I, and we could not recommend Keith more. That's Keith Binsfeld from the Binsfeld team at Cross Country Mortgage. .6:22 to play. It's 2nd down and 2. The second strong drive here for Archbishop Wood's offense. Keller fires down the field. Incomplete. That's Brennan Miller in coverage. Defending against Cardell Pigford, the intended receiver.
And Wood had the outside there, but since they were in a 2nd and short situation, they decided to send it down the field there. And great pass, but also a great play by LaSalle's defense.
Interesting here as well. LaSalle certainly would have to get the stop, but whether 4th down from this yardage would be go for it territory or play the field position. We saw a low-scoring game last year, dictated in many cases by special teams and field position. The give to Minners, right at the line, and does nudge forward. It's going to be really close.
Judging by that spot, I think that's short. Yeah, 4th down.
Andrew Minners could not quite get there. 4th down and less than a yard.
Yeah, it was a great effort by Minners. He got hit right at the line of scrimmage, and I thought he made enough effort to get across, but, great second effort by LaSalle's front line there.
A couple big plays early in this game already. 4th down, less than 1 to go. They need to get to about the 36-yard line. They're at about the 36.5. Here's the give. LaSalle did not get the stop. The second effort is good for number 4, Shane Collier.
Wow. That offensive play was interesting. The 3 receivers split out right there, and it makes it look like they're going to run a pass and then just run right up the middle. And he just squeaks right through that LaSalle defensive line, who was prepared for that play.
Sean McFadden got first contact at the outside linebacker position, but Shane Collier, at 195 pounds, able to fall forward. 1st down and 10 for the Vikings of Archbishop Wood. Collier again makes one miss, still able to move his legs forward for a gain of 1. Certainly of less consequence than the prior 1-yard gain, but he has been impressive in his ability to get out of the backfield when he gets contacted behind the line.
Yeah, wow, just a great, effort keeping his legs moving. Make what's probably a 1-yard loss, a 1-yard gain.
A fast-moving first quarter here. 4:20 to play. Scoreless. The second offensive drive for Archbishop Wood. Pressure from LaSalle, and Keller not going to get away. Paul Jennings in there, as well as Pat Troy and Tim Barrett.
And when that pocket collapsed, it collapsed quick, and it was just that's a great team sack right there. You can see him step up trying to get away, and pocket just collapses. I see 3 gold helmets in there on that sack.
Yeah, I think Barrett got the first contact, but then Troy and Jennings were right there as well, Tyler. 3rd down, 11 yards to go. They need the 25 of LaSalle for a first down. And a new quarterback in, it looks like, for Archbishop Wood. Paul Jennings with the sack. 4th down and long upcoming.
I can't believe the quarterback held on to the ball there. Paul Jennings looked like he was going for the strip sack there. He had both hands on the ball, and I thought that was going to go towards LaSalle, but, still a great defensive effort from LaSalle again.
So a game of field position developing again here this year between LaSalle and Archbishop Wood. The early stages of a low-scoring contest. Pretty good-looking punt. He's going to let that go over. Count on the hop. And indeed, touchback there. Well deciphered by Ryan Moore, the deep man for LaSalle.
Yeah, I don't know how you make those split-second decisions, but that was a great one by Moore. He had the sun in his eyes. He didn't really know where the ball was going to be and kind of trusted that the ball would bounce to the end zone for a touchback.
The rule of thumb is usually about the 8-yard line. If you put your heels on the 8-yard line and the ball's over your head, you let it go. I think today, aided by that way being a little bit downwind as well, just like a golf ball, right? If it's downwind, it's going to be tough to spin it back or tough for it to come up short. And a pretty good decision, like we said, by Ryan Moore. Now a pistol look with the offset fullback. And it's Sam Brown. Brown made the first one miss. A really good run there from Sam Brown. There was a breakdown on the offensive line, and he was contacted in the backfield.
Yeah, just signs of a great player. Recognizes that the play's kind of blown up and just makes a man miss and, gets about 6 yards upfield, maybe 7.
Yeah, they're going to call it 2nd down and 4. 2:30 to play first quarter. Scoreless here at Wissahickon High School. The last scheduled football game for the LaSalle Explorers at 4-1 this year, having a great year. Sam Brown again. He's got the first down.
And there's those run plays I wanted to see. You got an athletic player like Sam Brown. I think that first drive, they were just kind of testing the waters with some of their passes, but, they're getting down to business with Sam Brown.
And a power look as well. You see the left guard or the right guard make that pulling to the left side. Really nicely done. The toss sweep to Sam Brown. And Brown taken down after a gain of 5 again.
That toss was so smooth, I didn't even see it get out to Sam Brown there. That was just a well-designed play. You could tell from the beginning it was going out right. Wood recognized it too, but just a great job by Brown getting outside, and kudos to the LaSalle lineman as well.
And, of course, those wide receivers want some love when you get to the outside there.
Wide receivers.
Counting on the receivers to getting some blocks as well. No, but the line's been great thus far on the drive. Tim Melman on 2nd and 6 gets right to the line to gain. Call it a gain of 7 and a first down for the LaSalle senior.
This LaSalle offense is rolling now. Seeing some signs of life, which is great. You know, they had a great showing last week against Roman Catholic, and, you know, they're keeping that momentum going, it seems. I like the diversity in play calls so far, which has been a series of runs.
Absolutely, but there's a lot of wrinkles to it.
Yeah, agreed.
Both offenses have certainly had a modicum of success, just haven't been able to punch it in on either side. Sam Brown this time hitting the backfield, able to get back to the line, but that's it. Under a minute to play here in the first quarter.
Seeing some sportsmanship out there. LaSalle boys helping out some Wood kids. You like to see that at the high school level. It's good to not let your emotions control you, you know, after the play. So let's see what they can do on 2nd and 10 here.
They will get the snap in, 35 seconds and ticking. Tight formation here. Couple of bunched wide receivers on both sides of the line. And it is a designed keeper for Gavin Daly, slicing his way through across midfield for the first time. A gain of 8 and close to a first down. It's the 3rd down and 2 coming up.
That formation was really interesting. Yeah, that was a great. I like that play call from LaSalle. I mean, I personally haven't seen anything like that yet, and that designed run was just what the doctor had ordered for a 3rd and short now.
And that's the end of one here at Wissahickon High School. Scoreless here between LaSalle and Archbishop Wood. And a chance to tell you about our friends Jim and Carrie. Jim McLaughlin, Carrie Guerin Boyle of the Berkshire Hathaway Home Services Fox and Roach Realtor team. If you reach out to these folks and tell them that Bob Long Sports sent you, you're going to get either Jim or Carrie or both. And they are just some of the most knowledgeable folks in the real estate market that I've had the pleasure to be around. Helped my wife and I secure our dream home, and quite literally could not have done it without them. Check out their contact information below. Feel free to reach out. That's Jim McLaughlin, Carrie Guerin Boyle of the Carrie Guerin Boyle team at Berkshire Hathaway's Home Services, Fox and Roach Realtors. 3rd down and 2 coming up here, Tyler, as we begin the second quarter. And a big opportunity here for LaSalle. At minimum, they've changed field position in what's early on been a field position type game. But interesting here to see if they're unable to convert but have a short yardage situation, what they decide to do.
Yeah, they have both the wind and the sun in their backs, which I think could be helpful here.
Sam Brown in the backfield along with Gavin Daly. And it's again a designed run. Great block there by Sam Brown, as well as the left side of that offensive line. Gavin Daly. Touchdown, LaSalle.
And everyone that needed to hold their blocks there did. Great, like you said, great block from Sam Brown. Downfield, we had a great block from number 87, Matthew Bowes as well. He managed to hold this guy just up enough for Daly to squeak through and use his speed there. Just a real exciting play. That's just what the doctor ordered for LaSalle's offense. That's awesome.
And Santiago Sturla on to tack on the point after.
Who received our special teams MVP last week.
That's absolutely right.
Unofficial, of course.
Seven 0 LaSalle. It's a 48-yard run designed off the left side of the offensive line by Gavin Daly, who continues to put together a wonderful campaign here.
And I remember watching him last year, and he certainly was super athletic running around. But, I mean, in this offseason, you could tell he was developing his arm as well. I mean, I don't think any of his passes connected today, but they were all had a chance almost. So, great showing by Gavin Daly, as you said, Bob.
Well, it's a good point you make about, I mean, there's no doubt he's able to throw the ball, put it on where it needs to be with accuracy and touch. But also, you've seen in the second drive here a market shift in the LaSalle offensive look here. They ran the ball every time on that possession, and until Archbishop Wood can show their ability to stop it, I do wonder what type of offense we'll see out of Gavin Daly.
And I think Joe Wade is obviously recognizing that as well. And will continue the running game and possibly could open up their passing game. Like you said, we weren't able to connect any passes yet on LaSalle's offense, but running game typically has that effect. So
McHugh and Wirtz back deep to receive for Archbishop Wood. Sterla to kick it deep for LaSalle. A high end-over-end kick. Ryan Wirtz catches it with his back to the rest of the field and now comes up past the 20. Spins to the 25. And run down there.
That's a great play by Wirtz. That's sun's in his eyes, catching him, like you said, basically in the end zone, and runs all the way up to about the 26-yard line from all the way across the field.
Yeah, I mean, like we were saying, I mean, his stomach was facing the field goal post, essentially. Caught it over his shoulder. Very impressive play. 11:32 to play here. LaSalle with a 7-0 lead over Archbishop Wood. This is a game that you get a sense, means something to this LaSalle team. The way the Philadelphia Catholic League is going, it's certainly one of those things where there is a bit of a delta occurring in this league. St. Joe's Prep is the number 4 team in the country, and that unbelievable senior class is about to graduate, yes, but there's also a lot of talent behind it. There's some other schools where the enrollment / roster turnover might be a situation as well, and so maybe the Father Judges and Archbishop Bryans of the world maybe weren't quite as competitive in the last few years. Again, that can always turn around, but in the past few years, I mean, Archbishop Wood, they won 5A state last year. LaSalle, I think, is every bit of a top 10 football team in the state most years. They just have to run into St. Joe's Prep. This is that game every year, and it always seems to be right near the end of the year where, you know what, like, these guys are good, we're really good, and let's duke it out. And LaSalle unable to make the tackle in the backfield. Abdul Carter and Paul Jennings were in there, but a really nice run. Again by number 21, Andrew Minners.
And I believe there was a personal foul on that last play after the play, so Wood got to move up about 15 yards there. So.
And making the most of it on that first play, Brennan Miller was eventually the one to make the play, but not before a gain of 7 yards. Abdul Carter jumped. I think there was movement on the line as well. And it's going to be a false start against Archbishop Wood.
That hard count made me want to jump up here. It was a very strong hard count to the point where, Wood made a mistake there and made it go from 2nd and short to 2nd and about 9.
The line to gain for Archbishop Wood is their own 49-yard line. Max Keller got the call from the sideline. And a crossing route caught Cardell Pigford in between the numbers.
Right in the hands, too. Just a strong pass. A well-designed play. I think he had a lot of room to run if he makes that catch on that slant as well.
Well, and he read the corner blitz there. Able to slide it inside the jumping Abdul Carter, I think. Maybe it was Jalen Hanton coming off the edge, more likely. Number 21.
And maybe that play made him throw the ball a little harder than he would have liked.
3rd down and 9. Keller will step up. And Keller has the first down and more. Nobody called it the most graceful slide in the world, but he got down safely at about the 45.
Fortunately, Chris Thompson called out a position here at the linebacker position, and
and I don't know that that's a Chris Thompson issue, Tyler. I mean, that's man-to-man coverage, and that's his guy. It's just that offensive line or defensive line got really deep into the backfield, and there was really nobody underneath to check a Keller run.
That's true. Chris Thompson, if you're listening, I apologize. Analysis from Bob.
I promise you he's not. And LaSalle got the stop after a gain of 2 inside the 45-yard line. It'll be 2nd down. Minners again, a heavy dose. We saw more of Cardell Pigford and at the end of last year's game, Tyler, Kalen Costello, both of whom are still on the roster. Now you're seeing Pigford line up almost exclusively at the wide receiver position, and it's been Minners taking most of the snaps.
And he's fun to watch. He stays on his feet really well and gets that extra yardage.
It'll be a run to the right side, the strong side. Dango got the initial contact, brought down there by Brendan Miller after a gain of 4. Another look. You see the motion there, Tyler, getting the fullback in rhythm.
And he just had a head full of steam, even after contact, got another yard or 2.
Another big third down for Archbishop Wood in LaSalle territory.
Yeah, Wood needs at least a few yards here to justify going for it on 4th down if they don't get it.
They've been knocking at the door here, but LaSalle's defense has held strong. And LaSalle looked like they blew up the play. Now got to make one play, and Abdul Carter all over it. A loss of 1.
That's a great play by Carter there. He's, he doesn't get juked out here. Keeps his eye on his guy's hips there. Make sure he doesn't juke himself out, and just a great play by Carter.
And Jalen Hanton made a great play as well because he understood the route. They were looking for that quick cross again. The quick slant coming across the middle. Hanton got inside the receiver there, forced Max Keller to make a decision. And that, let's call it what it is, that was his only read going into that play. And when that wasn't there, the only option was to dump it off. Great defense by Hanton and a great play by Carter. Fair catch made at the 10-yard line by Ryan Moore. LaSalle football and Tyler the defense. I know this is close to your heart. You used to come off the edge here on the defensive line for LaSalle. Bend, but certainly not breaking. Great start by the LaSalle defense.
Yeah, they're doing a great job. Like you said, I think your analysis of that front line determining who's winning and losing this game is accurate. It's been a lot of pressure from LaSalle's defense, and I got to admit their offensive line has made nice pockets for Daly today.
LaSalle likes to come out of this pistol look. They're there again. A quick screen. Good blocking down the field. Machida across the 20-yard line. And how about Matt Bowes at the tight end position, finishing his block into the LaSalle sideline.
I saw that, yeah. That's back-to-back great blocks from him on offensive plays. Didn't he make that block for Daly down the field?
Yes, he did.
Yeah, great. You like to see that in the tight end. And it was a good effort by Machida to get the first down.
First down and 10 for LaSalle. 6:56 to go here in the first half. The read option, Gavin Daly, a great pull. Gain of 10, that should be another first down.
It's hard to stop these Daly runs. They're making great holes from up front, and Daly's doing the rest with his speed and, may I admit, his toughness.
Well, it's all about reading that outside defensive end. And this time it was David Armstrong, number 34, who had to make a decision at the point of attack there for Archbishop Wood. He stayed with Sam Brown. Gavin Daly saw that, pulled it at the last second. I know the run-pass option probably was not as prevalent when you were playing, but, God, that's got to be the toughest part. Well, maybe not the toughest part, but a very difficult part of your role as a defensive end, Tyler, making that decision. And Sam Brown delays and comes back the other way. He's got a first down and across midfield.
Getting a true taste of Sam Brown's speed as well. He just went right down the sideline there, made a great play. And like you said, more confusion there. Like Daly holds on to that and makes a split-second decision to hand it off to Brown. Very frustrating for any defense. You have to choose if you want to tackle the one fast guy or the other fast guy, Bob.
That's right. No doubt about it. And then, oh, by the way, LaSalle, after all the success running, they come out and they throw a beautiful screenplay with Bose blocking down the field. They're showing their affinity to really open up the playbook right now. Sam Brown hit about 2 yards past the line of scrimmage, dropped there.
And like you said, just really opening up this playbook today. It's pretty fun to watch. I think the wind's kind of a factor, so that's why we haven't seen a ton of successful passes downfield yet, halfway through the second quarter. But
7-0 for LaSalle in driving, though. Shortening the game here. Under 5 minutes to go in the first half. We're flying here from Wissahickon High School.
A little past halfway.
And it's Sam Brown all the way. Cutting upfield, right to the 40-yard line, about a half yard short.
He's a beast. There's nothing really else to say there. Sam Brown just looking like an athlete out there, following his block up the field. And it was a nice block as well.
Matthew Garvin, the right tackle, set the edge for Sam Brown to cut back inside. 3rd and 1, Tim Melman, the fullback, hit at the line, got right to the line to gain, and a first down there for LaSalle. The officials already signaling it.
Wow. Kind of an awkward hit, but great job by Melman spinning forward there. He was hit right at the line to gain. It spun to his, I believe his right, and just made a great first down there. He's the guy you can count on to get those first downs.
LaSalle needed only to get to that 40-yard line. The ball was just short of the 50 when they moved those chains the first time. So once the official saw, hey, I'm putting the nose of that football on the 40, that was an automatic first down there for LaSalle. Sam Brown lined up to the outside. And they're going to take that shot. And that one is way out of bounds.
Ref covering his head because he lost the ball in the sun as well. That one just got away from Daly, but it's exciting to see Sam Brown get split out like that, and unfortunately that ball just got away from Daly.
Well, again, you're in a spot here for LaSalle where you're inside Archbishop Wood territory. It's likely 4-down territory. Why not take the shot there on first down?
I'd like to see Sal maybe get a little screen or running play, just get some yards here to make it a 3rd and manageable.
Tight set, 2 receivers to both sides. This is where they ran it to the left side before. Instead, now it's to the right, and Archbishop Wood blew that one up. They saw that formation before, and this time they were ready for it.
And I think Wood recognized, they saw that type formation there. It's going to Daly. Doesn't matter where, but they recognized it that time and did a great job for, a 2-yard loss.
And we saw Robert Jackson in on that play. Number 50, he just stands out on your screen at about the 40-yard line now on the near side of the field as we see it. I think that's part of the reason why LaSalle might have had some success running it to the left. They've run it away from him. He'll line up on both sides, no doubt, but it's now 3rd down and 12. 2:36 to play, first half. Daly flushed and throws that one out of bounds, intended for Justin Machida. It's a safe play there by Daly. Don't want to throw that into double coverage.
And still, tough play by Daly. He stepped up knowing he was going to take a hit there, and, man, he took a bit of a hit. That's something I respect in quarterbacks. It's hard to recognize that you're just going to get hit.
And that he did, like you said. Big opportunity here for LaSalle. There's 2 minutes and 18 seconds left. We talked a little bit about the success that Archbishop Wood has had offensively, just being unable to punch it in. Dropping this inside the 10 does a lot for your defense, trying to make one more stand before the half. And the Vikings of Archbishop Wood will take a timeout. Chance for us to ask, what are you doing after the game? Because the answer should be going to the Jamison Poorhouse. It's an absolutely perfect day to go sit outside. They have wonderful outdoor seating, great food and drinks, obviously. And, boy, take advantage of this weather. If your thing is to eat outside, given everything going on with the coronavirus, this is the day to do it. There's no doubt about that. Jamison Poorhouse, run by Joe Wade, the Salle offensive coordinator, big supporter obviously of LaSalle Athletics with everything he does, and of us as well. We appreciate that and ask you to support them. That's the Jamison Poorhouse.
And I wouldn't be surprised here, see Wood, obviously every special teams play you want to make a play, but, Wood making a bit of an extra effort here, knowing that they have some athletes on this punt return team.
It's McHugh and Pigford back deep to receive. Wind again is with Sterla. Went down to get it and unleashed a pretty good punt. And it's going to bounce into the end zone. Nicely done by McHugh. And honestly, a very nice job by Sterla just to get that punt off. Remember, he can't take that knee down to the ground. This is not down by contact like in the NFL. Once that knee touches, you're down, and that's something that every high school punter has to be aware of on those low snaps. And it went into the end zone, of course, but could have been much worse but for the Explorers.
Good thing I'm not a high school punter because I was not aware of that, Bob.
Well, implicitly, somewhere you were aware of that.
True.
.209 on the clock here, Tyler. Let's see how aggressive Archbishop Wood is. It's three receivers, very tight on the right-hand side of the line, the strong side. And right up the middle. Gain of 4. Timeout called very quickly by LaSalle.
Andrew Minner's on the carry.
Minner's on the carry. And a timeout called by the Explorers.
And that's interesting. I wonder,
Timeout LaSalle.
do they trust their defense to get a stop on this 2nd and 5?
And then to get the ball back and go down the field. Very interesting. LaSalle also does get the football to start the second half. Well, it's your former defensive coordinator, Tyler. John Steinmetz, no doubt an aggressive defensive mind, and I think you like the aggressiveness here.
Yeah, no, I do as well. And I have a lot of respect for John Steinmetz. I think he's done a great job with this Explorers program. Has the unfortunately placed with a team like St. Joe's Prep in his division, who's just been out of this world, like you said, top 4 in the country. So, but I like Steinmetz as a head coach, and I like what he kind of stands for with this Explorers defense.
The confidence shown in this defense. 4 down linemen here. And it's another give. Minner's hit hard at the line and pushed back. Another timeout called by LaSalle.
Suddenly that first timeout makes a lot more sense. Just having great confidence in your defense. And
I believe that was their first and now second timeout, so they do have one left.
And that was interesting to see. I was almost expecting a pass there, Bob.
Well, now the decision comes for Archbishop Wood is how aggressive do you want to be, or are you comfortable punting it away into the wind and forcing LaSalle to move down the field with no timeouts and less time?
Yeah, and obviously on a pass, there's a risk of stopping the clock on an incomplete pass, so it's a tough decision from Archbishop Wood.
What's not a tough decision, though, is if you need new signs for your business, the easy decision is to go to Treasure Sign. Chris Convey, Jim Convey, they've done all the signs at LaSalle College High School. They've supported the school in many ways and, of course, support the athletics program and us here at Bob Long Sports. So give them a shout if you're looking to spruce up your business. Going into the winter and the spring, Treasure Sign is where to go.
That was smooth.
Well, thank you. 3rd down, 4 yards to go. And they throw it to the outside. That one's drilled into the turf and intended for Ryan Wirtz.
And, I like Jennings there. He's just putting his hands up in the air, kind of forcing the QB to, have to hesitate for a quarter second, and that can just throw the whole timing off.
Well, I think you're absolutely right. I think to this point, Max Keller has one read, and one progression to get through in most of these offensive plays. And if LaSalle can throw him off his rhythm, certainly he's a tremendous thrower of the football, but that's going to make all the difference, at least from what we've seen so far.
Deep for LaSalle, number 10, Ryan Moore.
Ryan Moore back deep to receive. So LaSalle's aggressiveness does pay off. This not a great punt. And bounces out of bounds at the LaSalle 46. So now plenty of time here, Tyler. 1 minute, 47 seconds to play. LaSalle already with a 7-0 lead and set to receive to begin the second half. This is a huge drive for this Explorer program.
Yeah, I mean, this scoring here brings momentum through the half when you receive the ball, beginning in the second half. I think LaSalle's going to continue opening up their playbook, and, they have a timeout as well, so I wouldn't be surprised to see some runs here as well.
So it is that balance of doing what got you here, combination running the football, the short passes, but also needing to move. Clock stopping after each first down certainly helps, and 1:47 really is a lot of time to move the football down the field. Low snap, and Gavin Daly has to take a seat. Had to do it. Got to protect the football there.
Yeah, no hesitation when jumping on the football. I think that's certainly important there, but that's certainly not how you want to start this drive.
Second down. 15 yards to go. The clock ticks. I think this is the right decision as well. Take this 40 seconds down. You can run a play then, but you also don't want to give the football back to Archbishop Wood when you're behind the downs and behind the chains like this. And some confusion here. Daly checks it down to Tim Millman. He's got a lot of room to run. Out of bounds, just inside the 50. And so now decision time here for LaSalle. What type of play do you want to run on third down?
Yeah.
I think you're in a position, Tyler, where under a minute, you're comfortable punting it away and that you can hold Archbishop Wood. So I think you completely open the playbook here, third and manageable.
Yeah, and I thought that was a great decision by Melman to get out of bounds. He could have probably fought for a few more yards, but at the cost of, running the clock down a little more. So, yeah, exactly. I'm interested to see what they go for here.
Wood brings the rush. Gavin Daly makes one miss, stays on his feet, and does get out of bounds. Oh, what a play.
He juked me out from up here. That was a great move by Daly. Way to shake off that tackle. Just look at this move right here. He just, wow. Manages to avoid 2 tackles at once and gets the first down and gets out of bounds. Just a great play by Daly.
You're seeing one thing consistently from Archbishop Wood, and that is keeping the linebacker spy. He's got no other responsibility than to keep Gavin Daly from taking off with it. And that time, Gavin Daly shook that guy completely. Keeps the drive moving. 44 seconds left on the clock, and LaSalle in business. Single coverage out on the left side. No safeties here. Daly for Machida, and that's overthrown.
Oh, and Machida's cornerback was about 10 yards off the ball. Daly recognized that immediately. I don't think he looked anywhere else and just got a little bit away from him. But
oh, it's the right route. The crossing route across the middle brings that cornerback, essentially creates the one-on-one with no safeties over the top. Really good play call. Decent throw, just a little bit overthrown there. Second down and 10, 38 seconds left. This lob is for Brown. Nearly came down with it.
I can't believe that was even competitive. Brown was completely covered up and then just jumps 1.5 feet in the air and almost comes down with the football. He was, he got hit a little bit after the 5 yards, I think, and then just threw off the timing a little bit, but Brown showing his athleticism and just getting off the ground.
Nearly came down with the football. I don't think he ever controlled it. It looked like from our angle like he might have had it in his belly, but certainly jostling and then came loose on the double coverage. LaSalle still can cut this in half or get it to 4th and short and go from there. Don't need it all on this particular play. Daly takes the shot. There's nobody there. That's an easy interception for McHugh, and they missed the tackle. So now here we go. Cavalcade of blockers for Archbishop Wood, and he's just going to take a seat. I thought he might have had Sam Brown coming across the 15 to the 10 on the near side of the field. And I think some miscommunication on what route Machida was going to run as the play broke down.
And I mean, at the end of the day, it's not the worst thing in the world. It's 15 seconds left on the clock. I'd be surprised to see if Wood actually ran a play here. But you never know. And then LaSalle will come with it in the beginning of the second half.
15 seconds left, like you said, from the 14. Illegal substitution called against Archbishop Wood. The LaSalle faithful are awfully happy about it for the kneeling that will follow.
I think one of the fans is counting Wood's players every play because it's about the second or third time he called out 12 men on the field.
He certainly sounded like he felt vindicated. There's no doubt about that. But again, not entirely meaningful, as this is likely the last snap of the first half. Give is to Minners. Back to the original line of scrimmage. And that'll be the end of the first half. Good one here from Wissahickon High School. LaSalle 7, Archbishop Wood 0.
And as you said, Bob, low-scoring game as you predicted once we saw how both defenses were coming out. And I think that trend will continue in the second half.
This portion of today's game brought to you by E&M Insurance, an independent local insurance agency serving the area's business and personal insurance needs. Owned and operated by Chris Marr, class of '89 and father of Brendan from 2018 and Ryan from the class of 2020. Located in North Wales, E&M Insurance has been servicing the Delaware Valley insurance needs since 1988, built on the principles of providing superior customer service and quality insurance solutions for the customers. As an independent agent, E&M works with a select group of highly rated insurance companies that have proven their performance over the years, helping provide solutions for your business or personal insurance on all levels. They excel at finding the best coverage at the best rates, especially for those folks in the LaSalle community that might have youthful age drivers. I know that's tough, certainly, to find competitive rates there. Call E&M Insurance to see if they can improve your coverage and save you money. Look for E&M on the web at eandminsurance.com or find them on Facebook. And Dunphy Ford in the Northeast. Kevin Dunphy, a good man, and a family-run dealership. They are simply the best. They've helped us from the very, very beginnings of Bob Long Sports, and they've carried through with us all the way to now. We couldn't appreciate and thank them more for their role in getting us to where we are, and we ask you to pay it back, pay it forward. Dunphy Ford in the Northeast. Check them out and find yourself some new wheels. This is halftime here at Wissahickon High School. LaSalle 7, Archbishop Wood 0. Bob Long, Tyler Kern is here. Mara Long on camera. We'll be right back. Everybody, welcome into the Nittany Lions Sports Report. Good evening, everybody. Welcome into the Nittany Lions Sports Report live on Bob Long Sports. Today we're going to talk about the offensive line and our man of the hour, the chef, the man himself,
This year, you're going to see all 4 guys run. They all bring a different style.
The quarterback is going to read the defensive end's eyes and make a determination. Am I going to keep this football or am I going to hand it off to the running back? And that is generally the point of the RPO. Look who we have. We have Chris Perangeli, our guest picker for the evening.
What does your character look like? Does it bounce back after each setback? Does it stand out by standing up? Does it make good on good intentions? Character is invisible until it's not. Only through action will the world know what it's made of, what you're made of. Find out how you can strengthen the character of your community alongside empowered veterans and families of the fallen at travismanion.org.
People ask me why I'm giving up a year of my life to help kids. I say, who says I'm giving up anything?
If kids who drop out are 8 times more likely to end up in prison, do we open more prisons or mines?
The coaches at LaSalle are great because they strive for you to be your best.
I was able to maximize my full potential in terms of opportunity in football, wrestling, and lacrosse.
They're going to be pushed to be the best they can be in the classroom, on the field, in the pool, and just overall as a person.
Student first, athlete second. Before you have success on the field, you have to have success in the classroom so you can be on the field.
One thing I think makes LaSalle Athletics stand out are the facilities that we have. One thing I think makes the athletic programs here so strong is definitely the coaching and the staff.
I think I've improved as a competitor here at LaSalle because I'm always being pushed by coaches and by my peers. Seeing my peers work hard makes me want to work harder as well.
No matter what your interests are, every single person here is going to make sure that you're able to fulfill your dreams and what you want to do.
What allows us to keep winning is just our really strong sense of tradition and pride. We know that 30 years before us they won the PCL, so we're going to go out there and we're going to do our best to succeed like the guys before us did.
Here is enter to learn and leave to serve.
Not only are you expected to be great academically or athletically, but we also expect you to help serve your community.
Starting freshman year, LaSalle really introduces you to service through freshman bench out day, which is required for all the freshmen, and that kind of gives you an idea of what kind of service the LaSalle offers.
Administering service is important at LaSalle because it's voluntary. It's not mandatory. Kids can participate in whatever service program they want to. We have a ton of service programs during the school year, but then there's also summer service trips.
Every day after school there'll be trips into Philadelphia or the surrounding communities. And then during the summers there's service trips for juniors heading into their senior year to different places like Puerto Rico, Rome, Navajo Nation, St. Lucia, California.
One of my favorite ones is the Secret Santa service trip. On Christmas Eve, during the morning, you go to people's houses and deliver presents to them who aren't as fortunate, so they wouldn't be getting those presents if we didn't go deliver them.
Service does allow you to make new friends or get closer to your peers that you didn't think you were close with.
Sometimes I wonder, why I'm doing service. I have a lot of things on my plate, but the feeling that I get after I go there, it's beyond anything.
Other kids, who come from less fortunate families, they don't have the same opportunities that we have. So what we can do is give those less fortunate kids a way of life, a way of where we could give them what we have so that they could benefit and be able to learn from us so that they could be the best versions of themselves.
Everybody, welcome into the Nittany Lion Sports Report. Good evening, everybody. Welcome into the Nittany Lion Sports Report live on Bob Long Sports. Today we're going to talk about the offensive line and our man of the hour, the chef, the man himself.
This year, you're going to see all four guys run. They all bring a different style.
The quarterback is going to read the defensive end's eyes and make a determination. Am I going to keep this football or am I going to hand it off to the running back? And that is generally the point of the RPO. Look who we have. We have Chris Perangeli, our guest picker for the evening.
What does your character look like? Does it bounce back after each setback? Does it stand out by standing up? Does it make good on good intentions? Character is invisible until it's not. Only through action will the world know what it's made of, what you're made of. Find out how you can strengthen the character of your community alongside empowered veterans and families of the fallen at travismanion.org.
People ask me why I'm giving up a year of my life to help kids. I say, who says I'm giving up anything?
If kids who drop out are 8 times more likely to end up in prison, do we open more prisons or mines?
Fuels my passion because it has such great programs with what I'm interested in.
LaSalle affords you the opportunity to get involved in as much as you possibly want to. There's tons of different clubs and activities with any different interest you could have.
No matter what you're doing, you'll be supported by your peers, and LaSalle will become a place that you love to go to and you will want to go to every day.
I think it was pretty easy to make friends. I feel like the most friends I made came through my extracurriculars.
What I love about LaSalle is you could make relationships with other people by getting out of your comfort zone. That's what LaSalle really teaches us, to be open and be open to meeting new people.
You're always going to gain something from clubs. Even if you find out that that club isn't for you, you're still going to pull something away from it, come out with new friends, have new connections.
Getting involved definitely helps you meet new people.
You want to come to LaSalle because you want to be able to explore. You want to be able to try a number of different opportunities we have to offer here.
You're going to really discover what it means to be not only a LaSalle gentleman, but also develop your own passions and have all these different opportunities to try things that you might not have had otherwise.
Is enter to learn and leave to serve.
Not only are you expected to be great academically or athletically, but we also expect you to help serve your community.
Starting freshman year, LaSalle really introduces you to service through freshman branch out day, which is required for all the freshmen, and that kind of gives you an idea of what kind of service the LaSalle offers.
Ministry and service is important at LaSalle because it's voluntary. It's not mandatory. Kids can participate in whatever service program they want to. We have a ton of service programs during the school year, but then there's also summer service trips.
Every day after school there'll be trips into Philadelphia or the surrounding communities, and then during the summers there's service trips for juniors heading into their senior year to different places like Puerto Rico, Rome, Navajo Nation, St. Lucia, California.
One of my favorite ones is the Secret Santa service trip. On Christmas Eve, during the morning, you go to people's houses and deliver presents to them who aren't as fortunate, so they wouldn't be getting those presents if we didn't go deliver them.
Service does allow you to make new friends or get closer to your peers that you didn't think you were close with.
Sometimes I wonder, why I'm doing service. I have a lot of things on my plate, but the feeling that I get after I go there, it's beyond anything.
Other kids who come from less fortunate families, they don't have the same opportunities that we have. So what we can do is give those less fortunate kids a way of life, a way of where we could give them what we have so that they could benefit and be able to learn from us so that they could be the best versions of themselves.
Halftime here at Wissahickon High School. Bob Long, Tyler Kern here. It's a good one. 7-0 LaSalle, a fast-moving game. Both offenses, Tyler, have been able to move the football, but it's been LaSalle with a 148-yard. Similarly, you feel like Sam Brown has had a few good runs, some 7, 10, 12-yard runs, but has yet to really break one. That was the honor of his quarterback, Gavin Daly. Can he be the guy to really put a real stamp in the first part of this second half?
And, they were starting to split Sam Brown out a little bit last half as well, and I'd like to see him do that a little more. I mean, even when it seems like he's completely covered, he's at least competitive with coming up for the football and, making just an athletic play as Sam Brown does. So I'd like to see him, make a few more big plays, and maybe ones that aren't as well recognized, like that block on the Daly touchdown. I thought that was kind of underrated, but he's just got so much size that he can kind of do whatever he wants, run, catch, block. He's got a very high football IQ, and he's just, an overall fun athlete to watch. But I'm just excited to see what, both this LaSalle offense and even this Wood offense, what they can do. I think they've both opened up the playbook and shown quite a bit of versatility, and I think we're in for a good half of football and an overall great game.
Hang with us. We'll be right back. Kickoff on. Good evening, everybody. Welcome into the Nittany Lions Sports Report. Good evening, everybody. Welcome into the Nittany Lions Sports Report live on Bob Long Sports. Today we're going to talk about the offensive line and our man of the hour, the chef, the man himself.
This year, you're going to see all 4 guys run. They all bring a different style.
The quarterback is going to read the defensive end's eyes and make a determination. Am I going to keep this football, or am I going to hand it off to the running back? And that is generally the point of the RPO. Look who we have. We have Chris Berangeli, our guest picker for the evening.
What does your character look like? Does it bounce back after each setback? Does it stand out by standing up? Does it make good on good intentions? Character is invisible until it's not. Only through action will the world know what it's made of, what you're made of. Find out how you can strengthen the character of your community alongside empowered veterans and families of the fallen at travismanion.org.
People ask me why I'm giving up a year of my life to help kids. I say, who says I'm giving up anything?
Number 43, Shane Kirby to kick off for Archbishop Wood.
Beginning of the third quarter here on Bob Long Sports. Bob Long, Tyler Kern, and Mara Long is on camera. LaSalle will get the football to begin the second half. First opportunity for Justin Machida and Ryan Moore back deep to receive the kickoff. Ready for action here in the third. And that one's deep into the end zone. Touchback here. And Gavin Daly brings his team back onto the field. All right, Gavin Daly in the shotgun. And we're underway here in the third. Sam Brown cuts it up the field, keeps the legs moving, gain of 6.
And that's just a great play to start off the second half for the Explorers. Sam Brown getting a 6-yard gain, just bouncing the outside and making something happen there.
Second down. Sam Brown, the deep back. And they'll pound it with him up the middle. Sam Brown across the 35-yard line.
Oh, I think he's hurt too.
A little slow to get up. Gain of 11. Trainer comes out on the field. That's Dave Crow. And just kind of got tripped up by the heel there. And Dave Crow will take a look at him, center of the field. Salle, the offense looks on. And Brown up on his own power. That's a tough one there, certainly, Tyler. He's been nicked up now and again over the last couple of years. Obviously a spectacularly talented player, and the way he's walking off the field, I think he's going to be able to get back in there.
Yeah, maybe just don't like to speculate about injuries, but maybe just like, ankle roll or something like that.
Yep, which does not feel good.
No, it does not.
But it is 1st and 10 after the 11-yard spurt. And now it's Dom Martin in his place. He'll take the give, run through one defensive lineman. It's only going to be a gain of 2, but the LaSalle sideline sure liked it.
Yeah, that was a hard run from Martin. Like you said, only a 2-yard gain, but he hit that hole hard. We saw a little bit from him last week towards the end of the game.
Ten minutes, 17 seconds and ticking here in the third quarter. LaSalle with that 7-0 lead over Archbishop Wood. Little screen, and Machida goes down to get it. A gain of about a half a yard as he gets across the 40. They had the setup there, Tyler, just a low throw.
Yeah, and, Daly's just been a little off on a lot of those short throws today. Just got to get a little bit dialed in. Overall great showing from him otherwise, but, just, has to focus in on those short throws, just make sure it gets to his guy.
Third down and 8. Wood showing as if they're going to blitz, and they do bring the edge linebacker. Daly stepping up, and Bose couldn't make the catch. That's an incomplete pass. Just a little bit behind Bose there. That was first down yardage.
Yeah, again, just got to see that pass in. Just, slight errors on those throws. Let's see what happens here. Yeah, definitely incomplete pass.
Yes, of course, the Archbishop Wood player trying to claim that he had caught it on the fly. That's obviously not the case. LaSalle will punt this one away. Sterla does get the punt off. It's going to take a little bit of a LaSalle hop, but LaSalle blinks for the first time on special teams. It's been a game of field position, and LaSalle has been relatively in control in that regard, and
we've seen that issue with the pass, on the snaps there earlier on, and again it just hurts LaSalle's special teams there. Gives Wood great field position, but they've gotten the ball on their own 40 a few times today already, and they haven't been able to capitalize yet.
So Wood got the stop that they needed. First drive of the second half for the Vikings. Two receivers to the far side. And that play was blown up from the start. And a lineman for Wood, I believe, is hurt, got rolled up upon from behind. Able to get up. But again, a bad snap here, and I think a little bit of miscommunication. Actually, it wasn't even a bad snap. It was just more miscommunication on that offensive line, and Keller had nowhere to go.
Yeah, and great job by defensive end on that side, recognizing that and making an easy tackle.
8:25 to play, third quarter. Dengo makes the play in the backfield. Daryl Dengo.
Sorry to cut you off. That is a great play by Daryl Dingo. Just recognizes it. He's being blocked very well and just crashes inside hard and makes a nice play. They chalked that one up as a sack, Bob?
They're going to talk. Yes, indeed, I believe. Well, maybe they gave him a yard there. It looked like a sack to me. But it's 3rd down and 10. And again, Tyler, we saw Max Keller unable to get off his first progression. When that first progression wasn't there, the footwork kind of gets shot a little bit, and he ends up trying to sneak with the football. Doesn't really get to his other side of the field. Now 3rd and 10. And this time he can get up the field. Oh, what a play by Abdul Carter.
That might be the most athletic play I've seen today. Great play by Carter. What a little shuffle pass.
Intended receiver was Cardell Pigford. That's unbelievable.
Wow. That goes on Abdul Carter's highlight reel. That is a great play.
And LaSalle gets Archbishop Wood off the field, 3 and out.
Yeah, that's a great response to that, muffed punt. Gave Wood great field position.
McFadden nearly got there. He blocked one last week. Now Ryan Moore will pick it up and lost the football. Archbishop Wood has it. So 2 special teams miscues in succession for LaSalle, and Archbishop Wood has the football.
Uh-oh.
Another look here. Wood very clearly falls on it, and the Vikings are in business. And I think Andrew McHugh got hurt on the play here, Tyler. He's up, walking on his own power.
Yep. And just, Brian Moore's kind of been debating whether to call fair catches or not. There was a few earlier where he probably could have gotten a few yards, but that was certainly the one where you wanted to call the fair catch on. He was surrounded.
Unique in high school, right? Where if he had waved, he could have just picked it up even on the hop, and the play would have been called dead there. That's true, Tyler. First down and 10 for Archbishop Wood. First was the bad snap to Sturla. He didn't get the punt off the way he normally would, and now the fumble on the special teams play. Minners lost the football right back. LaSalle thinks they have it. There's the call. LaSalle football, and they just caught a break, Tyler. What a play.
That was the last thing I was expecting there. Just a great response. LaSalle's defense just ecstatic. That's a great play. Their defense got put in 2 pretty difficult situations there. One was, Wood getting it on their own 40, and then suddenly they have it on their LaSalle's 20. And just a heads-up play. I couldn't really see who made the play there.
Yeah, it was Darnell Dangho as well as Sean McFadden. I think McFadden might have gotten the actual strip.
Yeah, and Dango is being a bit of a ball hawk these last few plays, though. He's having a great showing today.
They were excited about Daryl Dengho coming into this year, and certainly he's had a great campaign thus far. Now it's the delayed draw, and Wood was there, but Dom Martin finds a way past the line of scrimmage. Gain of nearly 3.
That's a good play by Martin. He's hitting the backfield, does a nice little spin move, and makes something from nothing there for about 3 yards.
Halfway home here in the third quarter. LaSalle with that 7-0 lead over Archbishop Wood, the reigning 5A state champions here in the PIAA. This is a toss sweep. Justin Machida runs through a defender. Gain of 4. Third down and short upcoming.
And I like that. That's a good play, getting Justin Machida, one of your best athletes on the field, involved, and he hits that hole hard.
And what do I really like about that play, Tyler? I like that it's a pitch forward, so if it's a drop, it's not a fumble. It's a good play there. And now look at this pulling guard here. Martin cuts up towards the line, and he got himself a first down. It was the left palm to keep him off the ground, Tyler. Got him across the line.
Yeah, and that's what I saw there. Yeah, that was a great play. You could see he kept himself up, like you said, with his left palm, and it got him the first down there. It paid off.
That's an unbelievable play. LaSalle back up to the line quickly. Single coverage all the way here on the near side of the field. It'll be Tim Melman. 2 yards.
And yeah, you can't be upset with that. To start for your first down after, an excellent conversion. And it's good to see Sam Brown out back on the field too.
First snap back for Brown, like you said. This game went into overtime at 14-14 last year. Another pitcher's duel here from Wissahickon High School. This is a designed draw, and Gavin Daly out past the 37 to about the 38-yard line.
Heard Joe Wade before the play calling a dolphin, which probably is a designed keeper for Daly, if I had to assume, but, it's interesting to be able to hear that on the field and kind of interpret it as you will.
And now, Tyler, big third down. They say 4 yards to go. I formation. Melman and Brown. And it is running again. Brown to the left side. Has the first down. Keeps churning all the way out to the 50-yard line.
And that was a great block by Melman. Melman ran right up the middle, blocked his man, and Brown made use of it by easily getting the first down there.
And again, it's power for LaSalle, pulling that right guard onto the left side. Running the ball away from Robert Jackson here today on the left edge. What an answer from a drive perspective. Wood had all the momentum, fumbled on their first play after they recovered the LaSalle fumble, and now the Explorers taking some time off the clock. Another 4 yards and a cloud of dust for Sam Brown.
Shout out to the trainer, Dave Crow, for wrapping up Brown's ankle. He looks like $1 million out there.
Hopefully we're looking like $1 million to all our folks watching us here today. And time for Where You At? Let us know where you're watching from. We already had some checking in from all over. Let us know either on the YouTube stream or on Twitter. Follow us at Bob Long Sports and tweet at us. Let us know where you're watching the game from, and we'll give you a shout out on air.
These transitions are killing me, Bob.
And that one's broken up. What a play defensively by number 20, Kaylin Costello. That one actually might have been Ryan D'Ambra, the linebacker, number 28.
Already on a 3rd and 6, huh? That was a quick first 2 downs there.
Yep, Sam Brown for 4, an incompletion. And again, one of those things where if you don't get it here, you're likely playing field position in a game where your defense has been awesome. Gavin Daly trying to make that a moot point. 3rd down and 6. Good protection. Machida had to come back to the football, and that's the difference. Andrew McHugh made the play, but the ball was a touch late.
Yeah, it's a shame. Machida was wide open out there. He ran a great route, and it was just unfortunate he had to come back for it.
One more look, and you see McHugh making up the difference as that ball's in the air.
Timing just a little off there.
So now Sterla will punt it. McHugh is back deep to receive. That's a good snap. A really nice punt. And it's caught at the 9. So Sterla does his job. The battle on the field position continues here, Tyler. And we'll take a minute now to tell you about our friends at Berkshire Hathaway Home Services, Fox and Rich Realtor. Jim McLaughlin, Carrie Guerin Boyle. They help my wife and I get our house. Absolute pleasure to work with throughout the process. Great experts in what they do. And if you're looking for your perfect home anywhere here in the Delaware Valley, please let Jim or Carrie know. Tell them that Bob Long Sports sent you, and they'd be more than happy to serve you. Check out their contact information here below, and check them out online. Jim McLaughlin, Carrie Guerin Boyle, proud LaSalle families, and proud to help you find your home. And LaSalle gets the stop. Big defensive play. 2nd down and 10 upcoming, under 2 minutes to play in the third.
Stopped on the play by Pat Troy and Paul Jennings.
Pat Troy, Paul Jennings in there on the stop. Got John McFadden watching online from the Hershey, Pennsylvania Cross Country State Championship. Sean's sister Carlin is a senior at CB West and is cheering on both CB West and LaSalle this weekend. That's good work there, John. Might need to get a status update on the LaSalle cross-country team. Here's an update on Max Keller. Dropped at the 3. Big-time play by Pat Troy.
That LaSalle defensive front just doing what they've done all game, and at a very critical position. Almost got the safety there. Wood back on their own 2.5 maybe.
Shadow of their own goalpost. They need the 19 for a first down. It's 3rd and 17. Limited capacity doesn't mean they can't be making noise. They stomp on the metal here in the stands of Wissahickon High School. Keller under center. 2 wide on the far side. And it's Collier. They're just trying to bust it forward for a couple of yards. They'll get to the 5. And LaSalle is going to get the football back in great field position.
LaSalle had that 12th man working for him on that play, Bob, as I'm sure our viewers could hear.
Final 10 seconds of the quarter. It is something where they might want to punt it into the wind, but they're not going to have the time to do it. Down to the final 2 seconds. And we'll head to the 4th now. Great game here, Tyler. Really good high school football.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people like seeing high-scoring games, but I find those, defensive showings to be all the more fun, actually, and that's what we're seeing here today. Great job by Wood, holding LaSalle's, explosive offense to only 7 points, and, on the flip side of things, great. I mean, LaSalle's defense has shown just a great job, especially on that last fumble recovery on their own 20-yard line. Just, I love what I'm seeing from LaSalle's defense today, and I'd like to see Daly just connect on a few more of those passes, and they'll be golden.
As we head to the 4th quarter, this portion of today's game brought to you by Dunphy Ford in the Northeast, located at 7700 Frankfurt Avenue in Philadelphia. DunphyFord.com. Whether you want a new car, used car, get yourself some new wheels. It's a great time to do it. It's about to get cold, unfortunately. Today you would never know it. But make sure you got yourself a great vehicle that will start every time, and it can be sold to you by a wonderful family dealership with the best service and the best inventory. That's Dunphy Ford in the Northeast, a big part of how we've gotten to where we are, Bob Long Sports. They've supported us. I hope you'll support them.
Further where are you at? We got Tamara Douglas watching from Fayetteville, North Carolina.
That's Fayetteville, North Carolina,
Apologies.
down by Fort Bragg. Thanks, Tamara. We appreciate that. And it's an end-over-end punt. It's going to take some distance off. Moore has some room to run. Moore to the 25.
Flag on the play.
And taken down inside the 10. But the flag is lying ominously on the 27.
Oh, and as you can see, Moore wanted to answer for the costly fumble he had last time, and I would say he did, but unfortunately, I think that's getting called back.
And the head official has given us the indication it is coming back. That's an illegal block in the back against the Explorers.
Ugh. You don't like to see that, but you know, great effort from Moore. He really turned it upfield, got all the way across the field, and got down to the 5 or 10 yard line there.
Damian Zajac, a wide receiver on the 1982 LaSalle football team. An ex-Tex Flannery pupil, he says, checking in from Collegeville. Thanks for joining us here, Damian.
I love hearing stuff like that.
That is great. So now it's first down and 10 for LaSalle. Just 15 seconds into the fourth quarter, they lead 7-0. Sam Brown, he's had a nice day so far. Another chunk, give him 4.
And he just towers over everyone out there. He's a big dude and just can turn it upfield whenever he needs to. You know, a short 3-yard gain there, but, you know, just a lot of fun watching Sam Brown, as we're constantly talking about him, Bob.
And you have to continue to give this offensive line a lot of credit. Garvin on the outside, we've talked about him in the past. Ryan Wills. Tricky there by LaSalle. Melman has it across the 30. Really good play call.
And I love seeing, you know, Daly connect on that one. I know there has been some issues with especially some of those like screen passes or the little short passes, but, you know, great job by Daly.
And watch him take the linebacker, number 7, with him. That's McHugh.
That's an experienced quarterback play right there.
It is. So Sam Brown in motion takes that linebacker in coverage across. Gavin Daly reads the defensive end coming at him. Tim Melman fills the gap. Really good offense. Sam Brown has a cavalcade of blockers inside the 15-yard line. That's enough for 12 yards and a first down.
And that offensive line, as you said, cavalcade of blockers, just a great push from up front, you know, overpowering that Wood defensive front, and just a excellent play.
LaSalle up to the line quickly. Looking for the all-important 2-possession lead here. Sam Brown hit hard. Nice play there by number 29, Kevin McGowan.
Yeah, have to give it to McGowan there. He came crushing through the line and just made a great tackle on Sam Brown, which is not an easy feat. So, for a nice 1-yard loss, or about a half-yard loss there.
In many ways, last year's game felt similar to this, certainly from a defensive standpoint. It also has felt like both teams had more opportunities than the scoreboard showed at the end here, and essential that LaSalle gets some points on the board on this drive. Daly, he'll take off running with it. Daly inside the 5. Dives for the end zone. Touchdown, LaSalle.
I'm speechless there. That's an incredible play by Daly. I'll let this play speak for itself here.
That is wild.
Turns it upfield. Made 3 guys miss. Toughed it out through a 4th tackle, and wow.
2 rushing touchdowns for Gavin Daly. The difference in this one thus far. That one for 15 yards. Really nice day for the senior quarterback.
Yeah, he felt pressure right from the beginning there and turned something from nothing.
Santiago Sturla, plenty of leg, it's good. Under 10 minutes to play, LaSalle with a 14-0 lead.
As you said, Bob, LaSalle certainly capitalized this time around. There was a few frustrating drives for them where they weren't able to get it done, but Daly personally ensuring that they did get it done on that drive.
Philip Coladonato checking in from Wayne, Pennsylvania. We talked about Mr. Zajac checking in, class of 1982 for LaSalle. Philip is from Archbishop Carroll, the class of 1982, and a Philadelphia Catholic League football fan. Thanks for being with us, Philip. Leslie Hammer joins us from Egg Harbor Township, New Jersey. Thank you very much for watching.
Got Dave Kern watching from Warminster as well, tuning in 2 weeks in a row.
And where's he watching from, Tyler?
I think he's watching from the backyard, overlooking Five Ponds Golf Course.
Beautiful.
The beauty of watching your stream on YouTube.
Awesome.
Watch it wherever you want.
It's a good track over there. The head official blew a whistle here. Now we're ready to go. Sterler will kick it deep. A high end-over-end kick. Pushes number 5, Ryan Wirtz, all the way into the end zone. Automatic touchback here at the high school level. And Max Keller brings the offense back out on the field for Archbishop Wood. They'll start from their 20.
9 minutes and 50 seconds to go. I think Wood needs to string together, a good offensive series here.
After the game, check out the Jamison Poorhouse. Great spot to go. It's a beautiful night. We're probably going to do some eating outside at some point. Maybe head to the Jamison Poorhouse. Great place to go. Wonderful food. Please support Jamison Poorhouse as they've been able to support us. 10 minutes left. Keller in the shotgun. That's actually not Keller. They put a backup in there, and that's trouble. Nearly intercepted. Trey Holzman, the junior quarterback, took a lick on his first snap of the second half.
Yeah, Paul Jennings welcoming into the football game. Making sure the quarterback doesn't get a free pass there.
He was hit hard.
I think that was enough. I think the ball wasn't fully out yet either, so that might have thrown off the trajectory just enough.
The defense has been tremendous here this afternoon for LaSalle, pitching a shutout. Minners has a lot of room. Gain of 7 out to the 27-yard line. 3rd down and 3 upcoming. And there's a lot of time here left, Tyler, yes, but pretty essential 3rd down coming up here for Archbishop Wood.
Yeah, I mean, probably not this series, but the next series, you're almost in 4-down territory no matter what.
But again, if they don't get this here, punting has been a struggle for Archbishop Wood. They're punting into the wind. Huge 3rd down. Chris Thompson squares up Andrew Minners.
Wow. Thompson comes in hot and makes a great play. That might have even been for a loss. I couldn't tell if he got back to the line of scrimmage or not, but that was a great play by Chris Thompson nonetheless.
And really an opportunity now for LaSalle. Ryan Moore has his heels on his own 49-yard line. Keep an idea here, Tyler. If there's a time to run something funky if you're Archbishop Wood, now could be the time.
Ryan Wirtz and the punt for Archbishop Wood. Deep for LaSalle, number 10, Ryan Moore.
That's a low snap. And now Wood is going to take off with it. LaSalle football. On downs. And the special team struggles continue for Archbishop Wood.
Yeah, and good job by Sean McFadden and Abdul Carter just making sure that nothing came from that. And if you're Archbishop Wood, that's the last thing you wanted to do.
A touchdown might put this thing away here. 8 minutes and 12 seconds left.
You got to be excited if you're offensive coordinator Joe Wade here, getting the ball in a short field like this.
And Gavin Daly, what a pull! His third rushing touchdown of the day.
Make that look easy. Daly, obviously, I think that was a designed run, but notice that this was there was a nice big hole there right for him. What a hole! I don't have to say anything else there. It's great play call, great execution. Well done by LaSalle.
And not really designed. It was a run-pass option. Sam Brown came right, I should say, on the sweep. Robert Jackson, number 50, their all-world defensive lineman, had to make a decision. He was put on an island, and he chose Sam Brown. Gavin Daly recognized that. A great pull on the RPO, and a touchdown run. 21-0 LaSalle. Right, or did they call that no good? They got 20 on the board. I thought that was good, but perhaps I looked away.
LaSalle just came out swinging. This is their last scheduled game of the year so far, right?
It is, that's right.
So
now there are teams across the state that will have been eliminated from PIAA state playoffs. And LaSalle has the ability to schedule those teams through to Thanksgiving. So stay tuned. But as of now, yes, our last scheduled game.
And you can see that, with how some of the seniors are playing, some uncertainty if this will be their last game or not. And, just a great showing all around.
LaSalle, the board reads 20-0. I thought so, yeah. LaSalle coaches are in agreement with us. I thought that was good, and it is good. Out of bounds, illegal procedure, and the last thing that you want to do there with all that momentum.
Again, Archbishop Wood going to get excellent field position, as they've gotten quite a bit today. Unfortunately, just not able to capitalize.
This portion of today's game brought to you by the Binsfeld team at Cross Country Mortgage. Keith Binsfeld, a alum of LaSalle, runs an excellent lending team, helped me and my wife get our mortgage, and he's done it for countless others. One of the top producers across the country in the company, Cross Country Mortgage. Please check him out. And please, if you're looking to buy a home, talk to Keith early on. He can get you across the finish line. Abdul Carter chases down Trey Holzman.
Abdul Carter making that look easy coming up. He's having a game himself today. He's made some excellent plays, and he's just, finishing out strong, it seems. Still a lot of football left, though. So
a lot of football.
Maybe.
Some disjointed, I think, offense there from Archbishop Wood as well. I mean, your quarterback is scrambling like that. He got 3 receivers out near the first down marker, and you see where the ball is. So the quarterback was 20 yards away from those receivers. Not one of them coming back to the football, Tyler. That makes Holzman's job very hard. And now Makai Wharton checks in, a freshman at quarterback. A low snap. And McFadden couldn't quite make the play. A nice run. That's going to get back inside the original sticks. It'll be 3rd down and 9.
Yeah, I thought that was interesting. He had a 3-and-out lineman on LaSalle's defense, and Sean McFadden almost made a great play there. Unfortunately, not able to reel it in. So great overall play from Wood, getting back, to the original LOS.
And it was Minners with another double-digit yard carry.
He's having a good day.
Very nice day on an otherwise slow offensive day for Archbishop Wood. Another low snap. And LaSalle is on it? Question mark.
That was odd. They were blowing the whistle when the ball was still clearly out.
They're saying it's 4th down. Now, there's an official there with his arm up. Somehow, Archbishop Wood came up with that football. That is unbelievable.
Some people on the LaSalle sidelines claiming the same, Bob.
It's just so surprising. It looked like there were 3 guys in the area.
Yeah, I thought that was interesting. I mean, I guess possibly whoever had the ball was down, but that ball was still bouncing around out there after the whistle was blown.
I think that might have been the call, and I think that's the wrong one, by the way, because how early they were calling 4th down there. Nonetheless, LaSalle is going to get the ball again in great field position, and more importantly, a clock running under 5:30 and a 21-point lead. Here's Moore. Got to hold on to the ball, does just that, and a nice little return inside Archbishop Wood territory to the 45.
Yeah, Moore's, you know, he had that fumble today, but he's certainly an excellent returner, and he had Wood guys right on him and still managed to get about 10 yards there.
This portion of today's game brought to you by Treasure Sign. If you're looking for their portfolio, the LaSalle College High School campus is their portfolio. They've done everything on campus, everything from the digital signs to the really nice wood carved signs that you see down on the new fields. They've done a great job for LaSalle. They've done a great job for us as a big sponsor for us and allowing us to do what we do. They can be a great asset for you and your business as well. That's Treasure Sign. Gavin Daly got back to the line of scrimmage, avoided a sack, and avoided, let's face it, a big hit from Robert Jackson.
Yeah, that was an excellent job by Daly sensing that. Like, unfortunately, Melman wasn't able to hold his block there, and he somehow got out of there and got back to the line of scrimmage.
You hold the block against 6'6", 260, Tyler.
No, thanks.
Clock continues to run, though. LaSalle in control. 4:45 and ticking. Sam Brown hit in the backfield and dropped right there. May have even lost a half a yard. But, Tyler, the clock is your friend here. It's been a very complete effort from this LaSalle team. And really the only thing that you can point to is a bit of a misplay on a snap on a punt, and then Ryan Moore did fumble in special teams, but boy, he's more than made up for that with sure hands on all the other punts, some nice returns, and you've seen this defense, first and foremost, be dominant against Archbishop Wood here today. Third and 10. Daly moves to his right and throws that one away. 4th down.
I like that little pass to the sideline. Just a little.
Yeah, but that's not going to get past the original line of scrimmage, so that's going to be intentional grounding, even though you're out of the pocket.
That's a good point. I liked it more. I thought it looked hilarious, but
yeah,
just.
So that's going to move LaSalle back. Sterla certainly has the leg to still pin this fairly deep.
Might actually help him a little bit. We'll see. Still has the wind mostly towards his back.
So that's interesting. They walked off 5 yards. Again, at every other level of football that I'm aware, it's just a spot foul. Very interesting. Obviously a loss of down, so it's 4th down. And another low snap. Sterla has the time. And my goodness, what a punt. Look at this. Inside the 15-yard line, Santiago Sterla take a bow.
Wow. That was incredible. He did a spinning kick basically there. He had no idea where the Wood defenders were, so he picked it up, and he was still facing his own end zone, I think, when he began that kick.
That was one of the most impressive punts that I've ever seen. Wow. mean, it's going to end up being a 50-yard punt, Tyler.
Yeah, it's the reason he won the special teams MVP unofficially.
Unofficially, as dictated by Tyler Kern of Bob Long Sports. That's right. Now they'll take the shot. Brennan Miller, he was in the area, couldn't come down with it, but harmlessly incomplete. Mackay Wharton taking some shots downfield into double coverage. And another low snap, and both teams are struggling with that. Paul Jennings, touchdown LaSalle.
And that caps off Paul Jennings Day right there. Wow. You love to see that. Wow, that's about 3 low snaps within, I think, 6 or 7 plays, Bob. Not sure what's going on over there, but Paul Jennings, capitalizes on it, and you love to see a D lineman get a TD.
Well, and who knows? I mean, it's a 28-point game. You might be sitting some of your seniors down on the next defensive possession. That could be Paul Jennings' last high school football play, and what a way to go out. Santiago Sterla. That one's no good. Push that one to the left.
Sterla's kick is no good. And with 3:16 remaining in the fourth quarter.
3:16 left to go here. LaSalle with a 27-0 lead. And a game that was a defensive battle. Archbishop Wood has gone to its second and now third quarterback. They've had some issues offensively, and LaSalle has kept the train rolling.
Yeah, I mean, this was still a very close game as of towards the end of the third quarter, Bob, and there's just been a few key plays by typically turnovers from Wood that have just kind of flipped this around into a bit of a blowout.
Got a couple more where you ats. Al checking in from Franklin, Ohio. Richard Snyder says, greetings from down south. Tobacco Road. There you go. That is a golf course I have desperately wanted to get out and play at some point. That would be fun to get down there and play that. Mark McGoran sending love from Erie, Pennsylvania. And Jimmy Johnston checking in from the Simi Valley in Chicago. His nephew's playing in this game as well, Jimmy Johnston. And Andrew McHugh taken down there. Nice play by Brennan Miller.
Is that Stevie Davis on that kick too? That was a nice
yeah,
kick.
Yes, it was. Number one.
Powerful low kick down there.
See if we get Stevie Davis some touches if the LaSalle team gets the ball back offensively as well. We saw that at the end of the Roman Catholic game.
Yeah, he was like 2 yards from his first touchdown, which would have been pretty excellent, especially as a freshman. I could tell he was frustrated last week when he just came up short as the clock ran out.
And there's a good-looking run. Out past the line to gain first down and 10.
Andrew Minner on the carry.
Minner's another 10-plus yard gain.
Yeah, he's like I said, he's had a bit of a day, and some of those runs he have would be a little underrated, where they should have been losses. He gets 3 or 4 yards out of what should have been a couple of yard loss.
Minners gets the handoff, nowhere to go that time. And actually turned it into a little bit of a loss.
Yeah, it was a good team effort from LaSalle's front seven there. A lot of gold helmets on Minners.
Here's a fun one. Ritz Slot checking in from Juneau, Alaska.
Wow.
Yeah. He moved there after meeting his wife, who's a marine biologist, he says here, and is a class of 1992 Salle College High School alumni.
That is a new one. What's that?
And LaSalle makes the stop there again. Jennings, Troy, and the rest of the offensive line in there on that one.
Yeah, great job again by Jennings. He set the edge there, forced that run up the middle for, a slight gain rather than it bouncing outside.
Andrew Minners on the carry, brought down by Abdul Carter.
Third down. Make that, third down and about 8. A minute 20 to go. Fullback give. And LaSalle makes the stop. It'll be 4th down 5 upcoming from the 45.
And we're just under the minute mark here, Bob.
Couple more folks checking in. That's RTLT Joey. That's the username, checking in from Calabasas. He attended Roman Catholic last year. So thank you very much for checking in, Joey. We appreciate it. D. Miller checking in from Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. And we mentioned John McFadden very early on. Remember Sean McFadden's dad? Sean's sister Carlin finished number 15 in the state in the girls' state championship meet. That is extremely impressive. On 4th down, Archbishop Wood's going to get the first down. Sean Anderson makes the stop.
Great play by Sean Anderson. He's tackling someone who has 4 or 5 inches on him and no doubt 20 or 30 pounds, and that'll wrap it up, Bob.
That's the ball game. The LaSalle College High School Explorers end what is scheduled in the regular season in style. A 27-0 win over Archbishop Wood, avenging a loss from last year. And I know that is going to be meaningful to a lot of folks in the program. More meaningful than that, to get this season played and played safely. If you asked me that in August, I don't know if I would have believed you. Congratulations to both these programs on getting to the finish line, keeping the kids safe, and then providing some great opportunities for these seniors to get one last run in high school football.
Yeah, I'm really impressed that they were able to safely, execute this season. I mean, it means a lot, especially to those going on to graduate, those seniors. They've shown how good of a team they are. And it's unfortunate they weren't able to get their full season in, but, you got to take it as you can, and just got to be very proud of how this LaSalle team has played this year.
LaSalle again a winner, 27-0. And one more update on the LaSalle sports side. The LaSalle cross-country team in the PIAA state championship meet out in Hershey, Pennsylvania, finished second, and they actually tied with Downingtown West, which North Allegheny came up with a victory. That's a tremendously talented team, as I understand it, this year. 49 points. LaSalle with 74. Downingtown West also had 74. You count the top 5 runners, and if there's a tie, you go to the 6th runner. LaSalle won that one. So with the 6th runner coming in at the 37th spot versus the 42nd for Downingtown West, congratulations to Greg Bilecki and the LaSalle cross-country team, 2nd in the state. And now, for the last time this year, it's the alma mater. Tyler, what a season, my friend. a one that we'll certainly never forget, a unique one. Hopefully one we never have to go through anything like this again. But thanks for being a loyal soldier here with us. I appreciate you being here. It's been fun. Let's do it again sometime.
Yeah, I agree. I'm happy. I know it was tough getting out to some of those games, but I'm glad I got to come to these last two and, witness this team in person. A lot of fun. Great group of guys. Steinmetz just got water dumped on him, and luckily it's a warm day for him. And you gotta love seeing the team just being so enthusiastic and, really coming together, having an excellent showing in this weird time that was the COVID season. But, a lot of fun. Bob, I don't know if you can do the instant replay on that. That was kind of funny. But, no, it's just a great group of guys. Like I said, unfortunately, they won't be able to move up and forward in the state playoffs just due to being in the same division as rival St. Joe's Prep. And but still, it's been a lot of fun watching these guys, whether it's on my couch or being up here in the booth with you.
Well, we're shutting her down here for now, potentially for the season. Again, nothing scheduled, but LaSalle has the ability to schedule things through Thanksgiving week. And if there are teams that are eliminated from the state playoffs and want to keep their season going, I'm sure there will be a call made. And if you're those teams out there, consider scheduling LaSalle. It would be a great opportunity to get together for at least one more game. But without the assurance of that, Tyler, we're going to bid yourself and ourselves adieu for good this year from the 2020 LaSalle football season. Bob Long here, Tyler Kern, and we very much appreciate everybody being here with us. We now join you from inside the broadcast booth. He's Tyler, my wife, Mara Long, back behind the camera doing a great job. And I am Bob Long saying so long here from Wissahickon High School, putting a cap on the LaSalle 2020 football season. Just one loss to their name. It was St. Joe's Prep, but the other losses were impressive. They were convincing at times, and this today qualifies as both. A really nice win. So thanks everybody for being with us, and we'll see you next time here on Bob Long Sports.